So what did you learn this year?
Oh, I learned that being in a media center is a lot more work than I ever thought.
Sure.
I also learned that getting kids excited about books is, you want to get things like that going. So I know for me next year, I really want to get those Sunshine State readers in their hands and get that going. I really want a book battle team next year. So I want to be able to go and get the kids excited. This year I did it more through the makerspace, where they've been building and creating, enjoying just, the kids are just so creative in the ideas that they come up with, and just having fun with the literacy. And it's so fun to see them because they'll come in and they're so excited. And one of my other goals for the library was to cut back on write-ups and having some discipline issues. And so working with them on the social emotional, giving that time to let them build and create, and my gosh, play has all, of course, literacy based. It's given the kids opportunities to really work with each other and to build relationships, and then me to build with them too, being new. So there was a lot of learning going on, but a lot of it was really social emotional for the library. And now the kids are so excited about coming. I have to watch it in the morning. They're coming in before 8. They're like beating on the door. And then the last one's to leave too. It's funny. So Julie, can you share a success story or something? Or is there anything that in particular that sticks out for you?
Actually, my principal shared one with me the other day. I have a third grade problem-based learning group. It's my RTI group. I have 10 kids. And apparently one of the kids last year, they had to just help him out of the car. He didn't want to come to school. He just had so many issues with wanting to be at school and start his day. Once he was there, he was okay. He just didn't want to come. And she said he told her that this is the first time he is excited to come to school because he's going to RTI. And to me, that was just so rewarding.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was great. But you know what? We put the learning in his hands and he's excited about it. And I think we need to give that learning, turn it over to the kids,
Amen. It gives them that pride and that self-esteem and confidence.
The ownership is just.
And I bet he doesn't drag his feet down the car now.
No, not at all. I didn't even know he had a discipline issue. I had no idea. She had just shared it with me.
I learned that it's important to build relationships. It's important to trust the people that you're working with and them being able to trust you. It's important to follow through on whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's support, whether it's instructional materials, whether it's modeling, whether it's providing training. So it's important to be there, I guess, in essence, and then follow through with that support. And in a loving way, let everyone know it's okay, right? We're all human, we're going to make mistakes, but it's okay. Together we can work on it and achieve what we need to do.
And I think, Carol, that it's really no different if you're there 1 year or you're there 8 years. You still have those new people that come in, that's the most important thing, right, is building those relationships. So that's part of what I learned as well, is that although I have a bunch of staff that I've built relationships with because we have been there so long, when new people come in, we don't have that yet.
Right.
And so that was one thing that I learned, is that we had to go back to exactly that, building relationships with each other and also with the rest of the staff.
And then it goes right into the classroom. Because the biggest thing that I've learned with building the confidence and the social and emotional skills is having that relationship with the students. You have to have that relationship with them, because if not, they're not going to trust you. They're not going to grow academically, socially, or emotionally. So it's really so funny how relationships really, it's every part of our day. It's everything we do, whether it's with our students or it's with our colleagues. So that's something I learned, and I learned that it's a slow process. It's not something you can rush through. And you're going to have setbacks and you're going to have gains, but you do it together. And you really do become a family. And you have the highs, the lows, but you make it together.
Through the micro-credential, I learned really the why of why you do certain things, especially with social emotional learning. I learned how to put pro-social experiences into my classroom and structures that I already had those structures, but they weren't as strong. And I also learned how to tweak those structures to meet the needs of the specific students in my classroom this year. It was awesome.
Well, I learned to allow the students to have their own voice and really express themselves in a way that they could stand up for themselves, but yet not be disrespectful to the person they're speaking to, so that they're able to say, I don't like it when you do that, please, and have that ownership and be able to speak up for themselves. And I think that helped the students respect each other.
I had a student that came in this year that really struggled last year in kindergarten, especially with his social emotional skills. He was really angry last year. He was really, he made a lot of progress last year, but he came in. He didn't really know how to talk to kids. When he wanted something, he'd use his hands. When he'd yell, or he was not the right way to go about it. And through it, he practiced a lot. We talk about how he could, if this situation happened, what could he do that was better. And he's really come a long way. He now uses his words. He's very polite. The other day, he was one of the boys that he really had a hard time with in the beginning of the year, really picking on and really, he picked him out. They weren't even in the same group, and he came over to him and said, "Oh, let me help you with this." And here, I can show you how to do it. Like, he's really, he's become much more interactive with all of the kids in such a positive way. And seeing him, and it's also helped me, his academics has gone really high too, because he's able to keep himself together.
Right.
He's able to learn. He's able to work in teams. He's able to work with groups. I mean, in the beginning of the year, I couldn't put him with a lot of the kids.
Right.
And now he can work well with just about everybody. And he's, there's still those days where we have to go back and relearn. But they're few and far between now, which is good.
I was thinking that for my year this year, as the schedule would start ramming its way through the day, from 8 to 3, and you're on this roll, that one of the things I had to implement was the breathing techniques. And I could tell that there was success when the person who was the breather in our class, that was their job, would no longer wait to be told that it was time for a breather. They would say, "Oh, Miss Morse, I think it's time for a breather."
They just knew.
They knew.
They had their bodies out.
That's right. They needed to reboot. And when they took that ownership, and they could feel when they were getting to that certain level that they needed that, that made me feel that things were working.
One really great thing about this app, Seesaw, is that I can share with parents progress. And what's been really helpful to me is being able to share this digital portfolio at conferences, where I videotaped kids reading, they videotape themselves reading, counting to 100, all of those kindergarten skills. I'm able to really keep a portfolio of that, and then share that with parents and really measure progress. And what is really awesome is when the kids can see, everything that they've posted. They go back to the beginning of the year and they think it's so funny that they couldn't count to 100, or that they couldn't read the sight words. And so they really can reflect on their learning and each other's learning, and they're proud of each other. One little guy noticed that someone in our class had finally mastered all the lists and the sight words, because he had watched her read them in her in the Seesaw journal, and he commented, "Way to go!" So it's been really a really nice addition to our class this year.
What an upgrade from just taking a piece of their writing
at
the beginning of the year and comparing it with the end of the year. How nice to have that kind of documentation.
Yeah, and they can really they take ownership, and they're proud of themselves. It's that inner pride.